So Keith McGowan here, the Outboard Dad, here with my buddy Corey. But yeah, it is. That's what happens, right? You look at a boat, you look at it in pictures, then you go see it. Oh man, and you're picturing yourself on the boat.
Yep.
What you got there? Huh?
That's Matt. You don't want to talk.
I was told not to talk to strangers, buddy.
So you get blinded by just by looking at it. You get all pumped up on it, and then it's a big letdown if there's something. Well, that's not simple, but low compression is not good.
Yeah.
And we could have bought it, and it would have been a headache.
And I remember the broker was like, "Well, it still runs."
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember kind of smiling, going, "Well, it's not going to get better."
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And it was, well, how much is a rebuild? Well, you know, for me to do a rebuild, maybe $3,000-$4,000.
Yep.
For the marine to do it, it's probably $6,000-$8,000.
Yeah.
And now you have one fresh motor and one.
Yeah.
It's probably not a great idea. So you're talking about $12,000 investment, and I don't know what they were asking for the boat.
Yeah.
And I remember turning to the broker, "You're going to come down it?" No, they're not going to. Okay.
Yeah. No, that would have been. It would have been a happy day when we bought it, and it would have been a happy day when we sold that. Even this boat here, we were looking at a 32 Sailfish, similar style boat. It's a dual console. And the boat, in the pictures, everything was awesome. It was really rigged out, good for fishing. And we went to look at it. I remember me and my father, we drove up north. We were looking at it, and we were all kind of like pumped up on it. And, and we got there, we're looking at it. It's like, that's a little problem. That's a little problem. So we were like,
let the wind out of your sails a little bit.
So we were like, hemming and hawing, gonna make an offer, and just simple things. The paint was faded on the side, and it had some scratches. Yeah, the stuff that can get fixed, buffed. But it was just like disappointing, and it was like, we were, we'll make an offer in on it anyway. And just so happened, like the next day or two, we were sitting in the living room and we've seen this. And we're like, go look at the Pursuit. That's a nice looking boat. And as soon as we seen it, it was night and day difference. Took it for a ride. The guy who owned it before took good care of it, and it's like, that's the boat.
And that's the basics of buying anything, right? You can't make an emotional decision.
Yeah, well, that's the biggest problem with boats is you get emotional decision.
Yeah.
Then
I had a guy one time ask me to go look. It was a 18-foot Polar.
Yeah.
Blue, like this dark blue sides, beautiful looking boat.
Yep.
And he had a 115 4-stroke Yamaha on it, and it sat for 2 years. So I'm like, how good's the fuel? Did the guy use Startron, right? You guys taught me about Startron.
Yeah.
And so I go there, did a compression check. That was all good. We fired it up. It was good. I said, look, for sitting for 2 years, I wouldn't be comfortable until we get it out on the water.
Yep.
So he says, okay, and I was charging him for the time. So I said, it's up to you. You can take it out and see what it does and call me, and I'll give you advice. He said, no, I want you to come with me. So the boat wouldn't get up on plane. It wouldn't go above like 3,000 RPM. We came back in, and he let me go because, time he's paying me. And I said, give me a call. So he called me later, and he said, the guy said he'll come down, $1,000 because that's about what it's going to cost to fix it. I said, great, tell him to fix it.
Yeah.
And then you'll pay him an extra $1,000 for the boat.
Yeah.
He goes, no, you don't think I can get it? You can fix it? And I said, well, what if it's more than that?
Yeah.
I said, the whole fuel system needs to be gone through. I don't know what the tank looks like. So until you get it fixed and then run it again and run some of the fuel out, I wouldn't feel comfortable. So he was like, and again, he was like, I want this boat, So he called me later. He said, I reluctantly told him he's got to fix it first. And he told me, I'm not going to do that. Someone else will buy it. 2 days later, he called him. He said, it's at the marine shop now. You still give me the 10 grand if it runs? He said, yeah, I'll give you what you asked for it if it runs.
Yeah.
Great. As soon as I get it back, will you come down? I said, sure.
Oh, yeah, good.
Took it out, went for a ride, gave him the 10 grand, and used it ever since.
That's the way. You got to be careful with it.
And I said, did you know what he paid for the repair? He said, yeah, $2,800.
Really? See that?
So you still would have had a decent boat after you got it fixed, but you would have paid more, and that leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, it's aggravation that you don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
You want to enjoy the boat. That's the key, is enjoying it. When you got to work on it and it becomes more aggravation, that's when it loses its fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we come down and we have fun. We enjoy it.
Yep.
if we always had to work on it and it was a nightmare, it would not be fun anymore.
Yeah. So you got to find the right people to work on it.
Yep.
But you still have to know, right? What's up, buddy? You have to know what needs to be done.
Yep.
So like my daughter would come out and help me with engines and stuff when she was younger, working on things. But I knew she wasn't going to be a mechanic.
Yeah.
But then she got into a wreck with Mom's car. And when we brought it home, yeah, so Jessie brought the, she called me and I said, "Are you okay?" She said, "Yeah, I saw my life pass before my eyes, And I said, "Have them tow it to the house, not to a shop." And so I'm looking at, antifreeze is running all over. And I said, "Are you okay again?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "All right." I put my arm around her and I said, "This is your new car. Mom's going to get a new car. You can sell this and use the money to buy something else, or I'll help you fix it. I won't do it for you, but I'll help you do it."
Yep.
So how much is it going to cost? I said, "Well, that's what we have to evaluate. So we need a bumper, the fender." She said, "Well, can we fix the fender?" I said, "Look, we can try and fix everything, but you're going to have to buy some stuff,
What happened?
What? Was it something I said? Yeah, so she ended up calling the calling the junkyards for a bumper. And does it have the styrofoam behind it? I wasn't going to send her to a junkyard by herself.
Yeah.
So I went there with her, and it was a white car, had a gold bumper on it now. So your dad's got that old Merc in the garage?
Yep, the old 7.5 Merc.
I'll swing by one day and pick it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring it home.
He's got
Oh, he's got the dinghy over there?
the dinghy's over there. He loves that dinghy. It's actually a blast. I love it too. It's just so fun. You take it out and you putz around all over the place. All
Right.
the islands, all the back rivers and stuff.
It's like having a gator on the water.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Absolutely.
Does it have an outboard on it?
Yep.
What? Oh, it's electric now, or
No, it's a Honda. It's
okay.
It's got a 40-horse Honda on a little inflatable boat.
you can't beat the Hondas, man.
Yeah. Anything Honda makes is awesome.